All right, all right. I was gonna come on here and was planning to put up 10 fingers, but the almighty trap game, man. Knicks were on the verge of winning 10 straight game, and then they just completely were spent. They were spent all game long. Um, you could tell Julius Randle was tired all game long, was frustrated there at the end of the game. But still, that's no excuse to lose against the Charlotte Hornets at home in Madison Square Garden, considering the fact that you've been playing so well in Madison Square Garden, which, you know, that ultimately is what stinks about this. But yeah. You know, going from 9 straight wins to having this loss against the Charlotte Hornets at home is, a somber feeling. But, the whole team just looked absolutely spent. The double overtime in Boston caught up to this team. You quickly was spent. Julius looked spent, and they just couldn't get in a rhythm. They got up by as much as I believe like double digits, but then the Hornets, answered back, and the Knicks didn't have enough energy to answer the Hornets right back. So the New York Knicks lose a tough one to the Hornets, 105-112 in Madison Square Garden. And on the Hornets side, you really had, Kelly Oubre, Tyler Rozier were hurting the Knicks all night. Gordon Hayward dropped 23 on the New York Knicks. And this was, a tough pill to swallow, to be honest. The Knicks were riding high over their 10-game winning streak, not 9-game winning streak, excuse me. I wanted it to be a 10-game winning streak, but unfortunately, it just couldn't happen tonight. Yeah, big task. Big task in the chat, man. What's up, man? Always one of the first ones in here. Appreciate you. Julius was tired this game as well as Emmanuel Quickly. Yeah, Emmanuel Quickly during the last game said to Rebecca Harlow that he was absolutely spent yesterday. He was sore. He played 50-plus minutes against the Boston Celtics. So, when you're playing that much minutes, you're going to be tired. And, most of the Knicks played 50 minutes during the game versus Boston, and it just caught up to them. The emotional victory against the Miami Heat, the emotional victory against the Boston Celtics, the almighty trap game struck again. The almighty trap game struck. I don't want to get too down on this game. I know the Hornets stink. Number one, that's the crappy part, is that the Hornets stink, and then just no rhythm. Degon's no rhythm tonight. Definitely spent. Yeah, spent all night long, man. No rhythm. Julius Randle was off all night long. He just didn't look interested from start to finish. He wasn't being aggressive early on. I tweeted in the first quarter that Randle needed to be more aggressive. He wasn't being more aggressive. And, he was very passive early on. And then he started to be more aggressive, but then he was just missing everything. 16 points from Randle, minus 20. A team low, minus 20 for Julius Randle. 16 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds for Randle. The emotional win, I'm going to keep saying it, the emotional win versus Miami and the emotional win versus Boston, absolutely. This team was actually absolutely spent. Manuel Quickly, 5 of 16 tonight, 3 of 10 from 3, 35 minutes. Julius Randle, just an off night, man. Just one of those off night. Dame Tubes in the chat, lackluster performers. No worries, we could start a new streak. Yeah, and I came into this game thinking that the New York Knicks were going to rest Jalen Brunson, and they did, because if you rested Jalen Brunson tonight, which they did, you would have given him 5 days off before the West Coast trip, because the Knicks probably came into tonight, look, we can beat the Hornets without Jalen Brunson. And they should have beat the Hornets without Jalen Brunson. And then, it's just an unfortunate circumstance that we did not pull it through. Laker fans TV in the chat just going crazy. Look, I get it. I get you want to harp on the New York Knicks, and tonight's just wasn't just one of those nights, man. And what makes it sting is that the Hornets are a terrible road team. They're 10-26 away from their home court, 21-46 overall. And the Knicks were winning at home, man. We sustained a nice home winning streak, and it all came to an end tonight versus Charlotte Hornets. And Yeah. Let me tweet that we're live right now. I haven't even tweeted that we're live. Appreciate all of you tuning in after tonight's somber loss against the Charlotte Hornets. I wanted to come on here and hold up 10 fingers. I did. I wanted to come on here and hold up 10 fingers. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Oh, boy. All right. Tweet is live. The almighty trap game. This tweet is from @Knicks Central on Twitter. The Hornets ended the fourth quarter on a 23-7 run in the final 6+ minutes and beat the Knicks in the Garden to end their 9-game winning streak. Terrible loss. Awful loss. Just terrible. Terrible loss for the New York Knicks. And, I knew it was going to happen. I knew eventually things were going to come to an end, but I just thought we would have, riding the high emotion from the Boston game, riding the high emotion from the Miami Heat game. Tonight was one of those nights where you looked at the schedule and were like, okay, that's a 10-game winning streak, 9-game winning streak, that's a 10-game winning streak. And then all game long, the guys were spent, man. I mean, guys were tired. And, maybe the Knicks should have gave Julius Randle this game off, looking back at it. But, he played and he was just tired all game long. So, yeah. Tough loss for the New York Knicks. Where do we begin? Let's look at the box score. Let's look at the team stats and just go through it. Wow. The Knicks shot 27% from three tonight. They were just off all night long. 11 for 40 from three. Like I said, 27%. They got out-rebounded. Those are hustle plays. And for the New York Knicks, they are an elite rebounding team. For them to get out-rebounded, it's just to show you that guys were fatigued all night. Guys were fatigued all night long, and the effort just wasn't there on both ends of the court. 27 assists from the Hornets, 18 for the New York Knicks. Knicks only had 3 steals tonight, 4 blocks, only 8 turnovers. Yeah, just one of those games. I mean, just want to go. The thing that sucks about this is that we led by 16 points in this game. And then it seems like the Knicks were just like, okay, we take our foot off the gas. Hornets made their little run, and it's just all she wrote. D-Gon's in the chat. Glad they rested Brunson again. Randle's going to need some rest at some point before the playoffs. That's an interesting statement, man. Julius Randle, he joked around last game, and he was like, look, I need a day off as well. But he was like, nah, I'm going to play. I'm going to go out there and play. And he played tonight, but he was tired. He was spent. Everyone was spent. I don't want to use that as an excuse because this is the NBA. You play, the games you're supposed to play. You play who's on your schedule. But guys played 50+ minutes against the Boston Celtics, man. They're not going to, that's not ideal. And then you got a Hornets team that, probably came into tonight looking, we could take advantage of this team. This team is probably tired, and they had some young guns, some fresh legs on the team. Some guys hit some tough shots in their end, and that's pretty much the game right there, man. Dainty in the chat. Yeah, man, I agree. Gut check games matter. We can't get nothing together. We needed one of these games. We needed a game like this. We needed to have a reality check. Everybody was talking very highly on the New York Knicks, as they should be, because we're still a great team. It's just we needed a game like this to put everyone in check. And, Josh Hart even said, I think last week, he was like, look, eventually this is going to come to an end. Eventually we're going to get punched in the mouth. And tonight the Knicks got punched in the mouth for sure. And I have nothing but faith in this team that they're going to go on the West Coast trip and just bounce right back. Brunson hopefully will get it going. Brunson will, come back. And I think they're going to bounce back, But we needed a gut check game like this. At the end of the game, Julius Randle was frustrated at the referee. They called an offensive foul on him. He grabbed the rebound. Looked like he sort of pushed the guy, and they called a foul on him. But, that's not why we lost the game. I mean, guys were spent. Cam in the chat, yo, man, they got us. Knicks look tired. Refs and missed free throws didn't help us, but the streak is over. Let's focus on health and position. Let's go, Knicks. That's all we got to focus about, man. Focus on Jalen Brunson's health. focus on the position now in the Eastern Conference. I mean, the Boston Celtics didn't help out the Knicks' case last night. I mean, they missed 2 clutch free throws at the end of the game, and they could have easily won against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But as we look at this, but I digress. As we look at the standings now, the New York Knicks are 2 games behind the Cleveland Cavaliers for the 4th seed, and the Nets are a game and a half behind them. Leo, man, I know. Out of all teams, the damn Charlotte Hornets without LaMelo Ball. It stings. No pun intended, but it stings. No pun intended. The Charlotte Hornets came into Madison Square Garden and stung the New York Knicks. It stings, man. Cam in the chat, one more good lesson before the playoffs too. Julius and Brunson should rest the last 3 or 4 games of the season. It all depends on what the Knicks do, what the Knicks have locked up, like you stated in this comment. If they have the 5th seed locked up and they can't fall to the 6 or they can't fall out of the top 6, yes, then you rest Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. But if you still have an opportunity to, let's say, catch the Cleveland Cavaliers or even catch the Philadelphia 76ers, and you're not resting Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Yeah, I mean, you say Hornets can be a tough team, but I mean, the Knicks, look, they led by 16 tonight. They should have easily won this game. It should have easily been a 10-game win streak. I should have easily came out here with my 10 fingers, holding on my 10 fingers high like I did in their last game, and it just didn't happen. You know, the ultimate trap game. I'm going to keep saying it. The ultimate trap game, and the Knicks were just victims of, you know, a scrappy Hornets team that, you know, were desperate for a victory. And it's just unfortunate, man. Leo, yeah, Hornets had so much energy on defense, especially Dennis Smith. Yeah, they did. Dennis Smith was hungry. You could tell every time he plays the New York Knicks. He's been playing well all season, Dennis Smith Jr., honestly. But every time it seems like he's playing the Knicks, he hits another gear, and, you know, it's just, you know, one of those games, guys. I mean, an ultimate trap game, but it doesn't, you know, we shouldn't sway from the fact that the New York Knicks are still a good team. It just sucks that this loss came at Madison Square Garden. They've been playing really well in Madison Square Garden lately. But, you know, these games happen, man. The NBA on any given night, like in the NFL, any given Sunday, the NBA, any given night. So it just stinks, man. Yeah, man. I was going for 10 on Twitter. Yeah, I was ready, man. I had some graphics ready. I was ready. We were ready over here. I was ready over here, but look, hey, reality check. And Knicks got punched in the mouth, gut check. We needed a loss like this. Build off tonight. We're still playing really well. It's just guys were tired, man. Like, I don't even look at this. We lost the game. Yeah. I mean, it stinks, but guys were spent, man. I mean, now we have the West Coast trip starting on Thursday versus a scrappy Sacramento Kings team. It doesn't get easier, but hopefully we can get Jalen Brunson back, and, you know, we can just build off of that, because I believe we have the Kings and the Clippers and the Lakers, or the Lakers and the Clippers, and it just, we gotta play who's on our schedule, though. You know, time is money. We gotta be who's on our schedule. Trap game, the ultimate trap game, and it just stunk. Just stunk. The ultimate, it just stunk, man. We can go through the box score really quick. This is probably going to be a very somber post game. If you haven't heard from my mood, I'm really upset, but it is what it is, man. It's one of those games, honestly. The New York Knicks were on the verge of winning 10 straight games, and then the Charlotte Hornets just came into Madison Square Garden and disrupted that for sure. And it just showed up in the box score. The Knicks didn't score well. They didn't score in spurts. The bench unit provided some spark. Deuce McBride actually, you know, came into the game, was playing well. Shout out to Deuce McBride. He came into the game, hit some timely baskets too for Deuce. So Deuce came in the game and played well. And then you had, you know, Josh Hart contributed with 10 points, 33 minutes. Emmanuel Quickly, 35 minutes, 14 points for IQ. But other than Deuce came in the game, played well. Obi, only 13 minutes for him. The Knicks just offensively, they just, were missing shots. And those are heavy legs, man. Those are tired legs out there tonight. That was some tired legs out there. I mean, they shot 27% from three. That right there shows you that some tired legs, man. I mean, you went from traveling to Miami to going to Boston to coming back to New York and 2 emotional wins against the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. And then you come back to New York and you think you have a layup. You think you have a layup against the Charlotte Hornets, right? And then they go out there and block your layup because they come to Madison Square Garden and beat you in your own home court. But like I said, just one of those games. I wouldn't, get too crazy over tonight. I'm sure people, would understand. I'm sure Knicks fans are understanding as well. It's just, we took the Hornets lightly and we needed a gut reality check like this. And hopefully this team will bounce back and build on it. The Hornets shot 37% from three. 49% from the field. The Knicks only shot 42% from the field. Julius Randle, 5 of 17. Off night for Randle. Mitchell Robinson finally misses a shot. 7 of 8 from the field. Mitchell Robinson just continues to do what Mitchell Robinson does. 14 points, 8 rebounds from Mitchell Robinson. RJ Barrett, man. I mean, give your credit to RJ Barrett tonight. Really bounced 2 games in a row where RJ Barrett has been playing well. And after the All-Star break, he's averaging about 19 points a game, and he's shooting pretty well. And this was, I believe, a good game for RJ Barrett. 1 of 7 from 3, but he scored 27 points. The Hornets, he was giving the Hornets problems all night long. So, he was an issue. 10 of 24 from the field. Look, if any more efficient, the Knicks probably would have won. But RJ Barrett, in my opinion, another good game out of him. And then other than RJ Barrett, I mean, you got double digits out of your starting 5, but everyone else just, tired legs, guys. I mean, tired leg. Big Task in the chat says, we will beat Sacramento, guarantee. I love this enthusiasm. I love it because Sacramento's a scrappy team as well. And I believe, that game is on Thursday. And I want to be as confident as you, but I do think we will beat them. Kings are a tough team. That game is on national television. De'Aaron Fox has been resting, so I think he's gearing up for that game versus the New York Knicks, and we shall just see how it goes from there. So they have, great guys over there. It's Fox, Sabonis. But every time Randle plays Sabonis, he always takes it personal, right? Every time Randle's bumping and grinding with Sabonis, he's always taking that matchup personal. So hopefully guys can get some rest here. Hopefully they can, probably tomorrow's going to be the travel day, and hopefully we can just get some rest. The Knicks haven't had 2 days off in a row since, I think, before not even. I think it's been a while. It's been like a month since they've had 2 days off in a row. Games are just every other day, every other night, or every other day. It's just, you got a game, then you have a rest day. And you got a game, and then you have a rest day. And then you got a game, and then you have a rest day. So, things have just been on cloud 9 for this franchise. And, tonight was a reality check. I'm happy that we actually had this reality check. We're going to bounce back against the Sacramento Kings. Hopefully we get some information about Jalen Brunson here in the next coming days. He was probably good to go. If tonight was a playoff game, he probably would have played, honestly. It's just that the Knicks thought, we were going to beat the Charlotte Hornets tonight in Madison Square Garden, and they should have, man. They should have beat them. We should have been riding a 10-game win streak. I should have came out here with my 10 hands up. I was waiting to come on here with my 10 fingers up. Excuse me. I said my 10 hands. My 10 fingers up. I was waiting to come on here with my 10 fingers. But credit to the Charlotte Hornets, man. Credit to the Charlotte Hornets. They come into Madison Square Garden and spoil the 10-game winning streak. They spoil it. Randle was going to destroy Sabonis as usual. I hope. He always does. When Randle gets matched up against Sabonis, he's always destroying him. Always destroying him. So, yeah, man, guys, it's just one of those nights, man. Honestly. Tired legs, emotional wins versus Boston and Miami. Randle looks spent all night. Quickly looks absolutely spent. Barrett was the one who was, getting it going for the New York Knicks. Mitchell Robinson was doing his thing. But Scoring wise, the Knicks, I believe, during the 9-game winning streak, they scored 120 points, 7 games out of those nine wins. So, and tonight, how many points did they drop? 112, 105. They dropped 105 points tonight. During the 9-game winning streak, they've been scoring 120 points 7 times out of that 9-game winning streak. That just shows me that guys are tired, and I keep saying it. I don't want to make an excuse, but just one of those games, man. I still believe in the team. I still believe in the New York Knicks. It has always been a great season up until, not up until, but it's been a great season. And, you know, it's going to continue on Thursday. Brunson's going to come back. People are going to ball out, and guys are going to rest up quickly. Randall, we're going to bounce back. We will bounce back. The New York Knicks will bounce back. Tough West Coast trip coming up, but I believe in them. I have faith in them. I do think we will bounce back. And just chalk this one up as a tired leg game, one of the ultimate trap game. You know, look up the definition of a trap game. Tonight was a trap game. I call tonight the ultimate trap game. But yeah, man, tough loss for the New York Knicks. It's probably going to be a short post game. I'm upset, but I get it. I understand it. Trap game. The Hornets came into Madison Square Garden and absolutely beat the New York Knicks. I can't even talk right now. Like I'm actually tired too. But appreciate you guys in the chat. Always tuning in. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. And we will be back during the next game. Let's bounce back. Let's get Brunson healthy. And as always, it is Let's Go Knicks. We will bounce back, guys. I mean, this is just chalk this up as, just one of those games. Just one of those games. I believe you should too. And yeah, I mean, it's always Let's Go Knicks, man. It's always Let's Go Knicks. I have faith that this team will bounce back and beat Sacramento and go on the West Coast trip. Like, look at their upcoming schedule. What do you predict their schedule to be? They have, during the West Coast trip, let me just pull up the schedule really quick. They have the Lakers and they have the Clippers. So we have the Kings on Thursday. And then we have the Clippers Saturday, back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. Clippers, Lakers, but we don't have to travel. It's not a travel day, but, back-to-back game. And then we have a game against the Portland Trailblazers. And then that's when we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's when we have 3 days off. That's going to be the longest stretch that they've had off in a while. So I'm pretty sure they're looking forward to that and getting some guys healthy. But, so it starts in Sacramento on Thursday, and it will be a big game. National televised vehicle. Then Saturday at the Clippers, at the Lakers. No LeBron James. That's a national televised vehicle as well. And then against the Portland Trailblazers. All these teams are fighting for playoff spots. The Portland Trailblazers are fighting for their life. Lakers want to get in the playoffs. And then you come home against the Denver Nuggets and then the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then you go to Miami again on Wednesday, March 22nd. So, tonight was an important game, but, it's just one of those games where I chalk up and I forget about it. If I'm on New York Knicks right now, I'm forgetting about tonight's game. I just am. I'm forgetting about it. I don't want to think about it anymore. I'm on to the Sacramento Kings. I'm probably in the ice bath right now, getting treatment, doing everything possible to get ready for the Sacramento Kings. And you should. Kings are a good team. Clippers are a good team. Lakers are a good team. But the Knicks are a great team as well. So hopefully we can get Brunson back. Hopefully we can get things going here and continue this, great stretch that we're on. Just a little blip in the radar. Just one game at a time. Continue this little blip. Continue the stretch that we're in and put this trap game behind us because we got an important game against the Sacramento Kings coming up, an important West Coast trip. And then we come home and got an important game too. Season's not over. I mean, after tonight, what do you have? 16 games left. We're still fighting for the 4th spot, the almighty 4th spot. I ultimately do think they get it, in my opinion, but we shall see. Cleveland has a cupcake schedule, so we shall see. But, guys, man, it's been fun, man. I mean, appreciate every one of you in the chat again, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this post-game chat. I will be back against the Sacramento Kings. So, once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Just stinks. The ultimate trap game. But as always, it's let's go Knicks, man. Let's go Knicks, man. Peace.